15. So welcome to Wellness Weekend. It's so exciting, you know, because we have 4 sharers this weekend over lunchtime. So, you know, we can eat and listen, and we can eat and grow, right? So right now, this is Add Life to Years. And then at 1:15 today, we also have Combat the Bouts. Okay, and tomorrow, again at 12:15, we have Immunity Booster. And then at 1:15, we have Mask Party. So it should be a lot of fun. And this whole thing is part of our company's digital expo. All right, so I'm going to give you some information about that as well. So come in and walk around our digital expo. All right. Anyway, I'm Jeff. I'm 62, and you know, I love what I want to talk about today, which is about adding life to years, right? Because you know, I really want to live long and enjoy much with lots of activities. Okay, and so it's really about life in all its abundance. And I'm just showing you one of the activities that I take part in when there's no lockdown. Okay, and this is bouldering. And in fact, I show you this one where I fell. And the reason I want to show you this was because, you know, the amazing thing is that you saw the height from which I fell. Well, I was perfectly fine. You're talking about 62-year-old body, you know, all right? And so carrying on, I want to tell you that, you know, we Singaporeans, we have a very good statistics, okay? We are the longest lived nation in the world. But the problem is that while we may live long, we don't have quality of life through all the years that we have. Statistically, it's something like 10.5 years of poor health. Okay, you can see there. And sadly, women is about 12 years, you know, 12 years. 12 years. Okay, so it's really something that we want to address, right? Because it's not just about living long, it's about living well. And the worst part, of course, is that, you know, if we don't address it, we don't have the health to enjoy our long lives. We don't have the vitality to enjoy our families. Okay, and then, you know, we could be a burden to loved ones, and the money that we earn goes into medical bills. Of course, the big question then becomes, enough money or not? All right. So it's all about lifespan and really focusing on what we call youth span, okay, which is this part that is circled. Can we live a life that is totally green? And that's what we mean. That's what I mean when I say add life to your years. Okay, increase your youth span, increase your vitality. And I have something that I can share with you about this. Okay, and I want to assure you that it's all scientific. Okay, because it's based on New Skin's anti-aging science. So you can see here that, you know, in 2017, we had 29 patents. But by 2020, we had 38 patents. Oh, sorry, 36 patents. So you can see it is a company that's innovating all the time, and it is heavily and highly recognized, because you see that we had 22 awards by the time we reached 2017. Well, we have 69 awards by the time by 2020. That's like 3 times over the last 3 years. Okay. So why do they have all these awards? Well, some of these award-winning items are the 2 that are here that I'm showing you here today. We call this the ultimate duo, which is Y span and R square. Okay, I'm going to tell you about these 2 products which really help you add life to your years. The first is Y-span, and Y-span promotes youth span, right? You saw that just now in the graph, okay? And what is youth span? Youth span is the years that you can enjoy life, being more active, energetic, and healthy. Okay? And what does it do? In a nutshell, it modulates our aging defense mechanisms, resulting in systemic youth preservation benefits. So in other words, you enjoy youth for longer. Okay? It's developed on proprietary gene expression science, and it's a proprietary blend of natural ingredients. That's a really important one to note. Okay? So these, bearing in mind that they are natural ingredients, the company tested several ingredients with many combinations and came up with these 12 anti-aging superheroes in one bottle. And this is a list of the first 6 items that's in the bottle: D-limonene, rosemary leaf extract, resveratrol from red wine, okay, coenzyme Q10, lycopene, astaxanthin. And you can see how these supplements help health and in which areas. For example, eye health, skin health, inflammation, very important for heart health, okay, and lung health, and cholesterol, okay, memory, etc. Well, this is not the entire list. There are 6 more items, right? Because there are 12 anti-aging products. All right, these superheroes, they don't work individually alone, you know, but they work together. And when they work together, they are like, instead of just being superheroes, they are like the Avengers, right? And so the ingredient blend works on what we call youth gene clusters. What's this about? Okay. You can see a gene, we have about like 20,000 genes in our body, but you can see that there's also this thing we call gene expression. It's a science that sees which of these genes are actually actively making proteins and which are not. Okay, it's like the software that you have when you run PowerPoint or when you run Word document, right? There's a lot of information. The software is really huge, but maybe we only type the simple things, right? But those who you can, there's actually a wealth of other features that have not been tapped. So similarly with our genes, we have all these genes, but some of these genes are very active at one period, but may not be active in another time. Okay, and that's what they found with youth. So some genes are active. You can see the red high expression areas. Okay, and then some genes are not active, and that's where you have the green low expression areas. And it's all tested with a gene chip. What does it mean? What does it mean for you? All right. Well, this gene expression is everything that determines whether the egg that was laid in a hive, this is an example, the egg that was laid in a hive, whether it becomes a queen bee or it becomes a drone or it becomes a worker. Because all of these 3 types of bees in a hive are laid from the same kind of eggs. You know, the eggs are not any different. So what is the difference? Well, the difference is what they are fed. And the queen bee, the one that is going to become a queen bee, they are fed entirely on royal jelly. And so you get a queen bee that can lay 2,000 eggs a day. Is 3 to 5 times larger than a worker bee, which is sterile, okay, and has a lifespan that's 20 times longer. All of that just from what they are fed. Okay? So the diet changes, causes changes in gene expression to create a queen bee. Now, does this happen for humans? Yes, absolutely. Look at these 2 identical twins. You can see, of course, that the twin on the right it's more than just that she's eating too much food, right? She's like morbidly obese. So there's something that has gone wrong, but yet her genes are the same as the identical twin on the left. Well, in aging, it's the same. Look at these two twins. You can see one is definitely different from the other, right? So this has all to do with what we were talking about just now, which is the gene expression. Okay, so they kind of determine that there are 52 genes, for example, related to vitality. Okay, well, what the company has, the science is about looking for the ingredients and the combinations of these ingredients that will influence the genes, the gene expression to become more when it was young. Okay, so here you can see ingredient list 4 caused this expression that very, very closely parallels when the person was young. I hope this makes sense, because this is really exciting news for us. It means that we can stem aging, and we can even reverse aging. We can enjoy some of the benefits of being younger. So that's Y-SPAN. Okay? It supports aging defense mechanisms. Well, I said that there was a pair, right? The other item is R square. And R square is really for cellular energy production and cell purification. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you this video. It's about 4 minutes, and it is from Discovery Channel. And it premiered in 2012 when and it will show you the science behind the R square. Okay, when R square was being researched in the laboratory and being created. And as you know, Discovery Channel is a very trustworthy channel. So the science that they're speaking of is serious science. Amazing, isn't it? And I wanted to show you, this is the product that they developed, R square day and R square night. Okay, R square day is with Cordyceps sinensis, as well as other products like ginseng and pomegranate. Okay, and R square night is just as important, because what it does is that even as R square day increases energy, R square night increases detox. So you need both to have a healthy function, right? So R square is called renew and recharge. Well, even as you heard from that video, they do have tests, and one of the big ones, of course, is laboratory testing with mice. Okay, check out these two. So we all want to be the mouse on the right, right? At 96 to be so healthy and so energetic? Well, anyway, the test shows that after, after 5 weeks of being fed R square, this group of mice enjoyed a 63% increase in exercise time on a treadmill test. Okay, and humans, consumers who take R square also feel a lot more energy and less fatigue. So R square benefits are to raise your baseline energy levels. But you think that, well, I can take coffee, right? I can take coffee, or I can take something even more worse than that. Well, beyond that though, is that because this baseline energy is in our cells, it supports the body's ability to neutralize and remove cellular waste. So the body becomes healthier. And as a result of that, it can actually fortify the cells against damage and external toxins. And because the cells have more energy, the cells can fix themselves. Okay, they can sort themselves out, and the regular function can return. Regular function can return. And I'd like to share with you about people who have used these products. The first, of course, is these two ladies. What do you think is their age difference? I'm just going to ask if you just type in quickly. Do they look like they're maybe how many years apart? How many years apart? Maybe you can just type in quickly into the chat and tell me, what do they look like? 30 years. Thank you, Benny. They look like they're 30 years apart. So one could be mother, one could be daughter, right? Okay, 20 years. All right. Well, the answer is that they are the same age. Absolutely. It's quite hard to believe, isn't it? That's why I wanted you to type in, what do you see? Okay, you can see the difference in the two ladies. Okay, and for an older gentleman like John, okay, he celebrated his 80th birthday by completing his first 42-kilometer marathon. So you might think that, if you look at the bottom, it says that, he's nicknamed Iron Man. You might think that, wow, this guy is really super healthy. But no, he used to be bothered by very frequent flu bouts and, the typical elderly issues, okay, like prostate problems, slow recovery from exercise, failing memory. All right. Well, now he's Iron Man. I also have this story of this lady. She writes that her husband suffered from urinary incontinence, dementia, and actually had a partial stroke, right, where he needed to be on a wheelchair. Well, at age 74, he took R square for just 3 days and he could stand. After 1 week, he could walk. That's so encouraging. And in case you think, because I showed some photographs of people who are older, if you think that it's only for older people, well, R square and Y span are for the multi-generation family. Okay, Jay, her husband's a doctor, takes this and it has helped her with her mental clarity. And then also as she went through menopause, okay, it helped her with that. Well, she gave it to her mother, her 85-year-old mother, and then her mother started to get so healthy that the doctors started to take her off some of her medications, okay, hypertension, cholesterol, etc. And her son, 3-generation family, yeah, her son in his 20s takes it and he has found that it boosts his stamina for rock climbing. And look at the 85-year-old grandmother. Okay, at 85, she is swimming effortlessly. Well, with R square and Y span, can also have rapid recovery. And James, well, you can see here from these photos that he's quite an adventurer, quite an outdoors man. So he had some hip wear and tear and needed a total hip replacement. He had such good, he recovered from it so quickly that the people who make and sell the prosthetic hip interviewed him, okay, for their marketing material. And this is what he said.
My recovery was surprisingly fast. I went off morphine after the first day and I didn't have any pain after that. We were doing physiotherapy. I was moving my legs. The very next day, I could walk without a stick after 6 days. I was driving on my 7th day, and I began to take longer walks with the dog. And on my second month, after 60 days, I actually went back to rock climbing, and I went back to resume climbing stairs. I remember we did several sets of 34 stories in an HDB block. That's after 2 months.
Okay, and that is a recovery from an operation. Okay, what about recovery from well, I think it's age-related illness. Okay, Susan was diagnosed with arthritis at 49, kind of young, you know. She put on a whole lot of weight and she had to wear braces and use a walking stick. Well, she went on R square Y span. Her condition improved so much, she gave up with all the walking sticks and braces. And early last year, this is what she did one day, and I filmed it.
Morning exercises.
So you're talking about someone recovering, right? And so it's really about youth preservation, it's about energy, and it's about even reversing the clock. Okay, just show you one example. Bernard, he's had white hair since the age of 14. That is gene expression, right? Well, after taking R square for 3 weeks, his scalp started to grow black hair. And in fact, we have other testimonials of this happening as well. Okay, so it's about anti-aging. And so I want to end off by telling you, age lock your body. Okay, you will age slower. You can gain and enjoy youthful health for longer. Remember the Y span that the youth span that I spoke about earlier. You can have greater energy and vitality to enjoy the day, more robust health and immunity, recover more quickly. So please, if this has resonated with you, start today. Don't wait. Start today. And we do have some exciting things going on today. As I did share with you earlier, this is part of our digital expo that's happening this weekend, today and tomorrow. And you can get into this digital expo by typing in that newskinexperiences.com. Okay, and as part of that, we have come together to do this wellness weekend, and there will be 3 more sharers after this. Okay, 1 more sharer at 1:15. So please use the link that you see, the link that you used to come in today, and join us again. Okay, so are there any questions before I close and end and bid you adieu? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But are there any questions? Anybody? Anyone has anything to clarify? Okay. If not,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks for coming in, May. If not, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Ivana.
Recording.
Oh, yeah.